Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I want to take you through my top 5 favorite units of the game so far. I've only been playing for a couple days since the game just released, and I experienced both preview weekends as well. I've tried a decent amount of units, certainly not all of them, but these 5 have stuck out to me as I think extremely valuable pieces. So these are just some general tips I'm going to give of why I like these 5 units, explain what they do, and just kind of give you a little breakdown of these 5. So if you're new to the game, you want to see 5 units being broken down, this is the perfect spot to start. So up first here for me is the Cider Eztil. Don't know how to pronounce any of these names, so I apologize for that. It's a 2 cinder cost, 2 melee damage, 6 health unit. So very cheap with just 2 melee damage and 6 health. So, pretty low on health, decent damage for its cost. But its ability is where I think all the money is made with this unit. Its ability is cornered. It's gain +2 attack and fast when you have no cinder. Cinder being your mana, obviously. Fast is increased movement range. So that just essentially makes his movement really, really long. It makes him be able to get to a lot of key spots. He can get behind terrain. He can get all the way to the enemy captain when they think he can't. He can get to a key unit. They'll think he's out of range, but his movement range is actually so large that he can get to a lot of places. It's kind of crazy. Obviously, there are ways to move units as well, so if you need to, you can do that. But fast is extremely good. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. I know it's an important keyword, but it's a really long range. So this guy can move, and he gets +2 attack. So the only thing you have to worry about with this unit is manipulating your cinder to have none before you use this unit. So all the captains have various abilities that they can do that relatively easy. A lot of them have a 1 cinder cost spell or ability and a 2 cinder cost ability, and your other units should also have some abilities as well. So it can really be useful to just say you play a 4 cost unit, you have 1 extra cinder, so you need to make do and cast your 1 cost ability with your captain to get down to none. Once you have that, the Cider is online. He then gets 4 attack for 2 cinder, which is just crazy value, and he's fast. So you can get all the way in, smack their captain if that's what you want to do, or just try to take out another crew for 4 damage. Just a lot of damage, really quick, just gets up in their face. This unit certainly falls off late game. Once you have 10 mana or 10 cinder every turn, it is very difficult to actually get down to 0 unless you're playing certain lists. So I kind of play like a rush list right now with this unit, and after about turn 6-7, he's a lot harder to stay online because you're struggling to spend that much. You still can, you can draw a card from your reserves. You can still use all your abilities, but you'll find it's a couple scenarios where it's hard to get down to that. So early the unit's amazing, late he can fall a little off. Up next is Maximus. This is one of the units I've painted so far in this game. I need to do a lot more for him too, but I think he turned out alright. Got to do a lot more painting in general, make some more videos on that soon. But Maximus is just a 1 cost unit. He has 1 range damage and 6 health. Whenever Maximus damages a target, he refreshes its move, and he has rapid fire. So he takes 2 attacks, so they both have individual chances to miss or hit. And obviously missing and hitting are a huge part of this game with all the cover that's in the game. But if he does hit at all with either one of his attacks, he gets to refresh his move. So he's really, really, really freaking annoying, and that's why I love him. He can jump into combat, shoot somebody, jump back outside of combat. He can jump up, hit somebody across the map, and then keep going forward to another side to try to flank. He is so versatile in what he can do, and anything that boosts damage is amazing on this guy because he gets 2 attacks already. So if you have the corrosive a ship assist that will make every unit in that area take additional damage, he'll then do 4 damage or 2 damage with each attack. So that's a really good way to start getting your damage up higher. And again, for 1 cinder, crazy value here. He's super annoying. He can pop in and out. Really good for picking off key units. Really just high quality unit. If you're good at positioning, I think this is one of the best units you can possibly start with. He's just really, really incredible if you know how to position well. Speaking of damage boosting, my next favorite so far is the Amplifier Bitshole. This guy is amazing. He is a 4 cost, just 1 melee damage and 5 health, so very low health, very low damage for 4. But his ability is where his money is made. Allies in range have +1 attack. So in range means within his range, it's a certain bubble around him. Relatively large, you can definitely keep a lot of your units in there pretty easily. But the reason I love him so much is, A, yes, he works really well with Maximus, which I just went over because Maximus will now do 4 damage, but he has an impact on the board the turn you play him. All these units, have like a summoning sickness per se, so you don't actually get to use them the turn they drop, unless they have an ability called Charge. Well, he drops, and he gives everyone around him +1 attack. Then you can use all your units after that. So it's just an order of operations thing. You got to make sure to drop him first, use your units around him after he's played, and now your 4 Cinder that you played on this turn is already acting powerfully for this turn by boosting your other units. I think that's a really key thing here. So then he instantly gets value the turn you play him, and then the next turn, if they don't kill him, then you have even more value. And you don't really want to fight with him. You don't care about your 1 melee damage. Hide him behind a wall with your captain, if you're a ranged captain, or hide him behind a wall with your ranged units and just pummel that in. But he also boosts damage of melee units, so I mean, you can also hide him up behind a wall up close to the rest of your melee units and really try to boost damage that way. Super solid unit. I think he's very, very good. My 4th in this list is Jailbreak. Jailbreak is awesome, absolutely amazing model. I definitely want to paint this one very soon. Incredible model here. Literally, he's got like these giant handcuffs that he's busting out of through these rocks. He is super interesting. He's a 4 cost again, just like the Amplifier. He is airborne. He does 2 melee damage, and he has 8 health, which is pretty beefy. And his ability is Lock Up. Touching rivals are immobilized. So that means if he is base to base, within melee range of any other model, any other enemy model, they are immobilized, so they can't withdraw from him. So that means you can lock opponents down with him. So he is super good to just move your captain up and then drop this guy right next to their captain, and now their captain can't move unless they push the person away or unless they kill this unit. So immobilized just means they can't be ordered to move, so they can still move. They're not locked in position from everything. So you have other things that move my units or the captain itself. They can do that. They can't be ordered to move, so they can't do it themselves. So that means you have to answer this somehow, either with an ability, which will cost them either a ship assist or some Cinder, or you'll have to just kill this unit. He only does 2 damage, so it's nothing crazy, but one of the really cool things is actually airborne, which means he moves through obstacles. So he can jump right over enemies, and so if you really want to just keep forcing your opponent to answer this with their captain, you can just chase their captain down as you fly over terrain, as you fly over enemy models, and just continuously keep this guy next to them, and they are continuously immobilized. So every turn they have to deal with either killing this guy eventually or pushing him off. Super awesome unit. I think he's, again, if you're good at positioning, he's really, really good. You don't just have to lock down their captain, but say Maximus, who's really annoying you by jumping in and out of combat, just drop this guy right next to him. He has to be answered. Maximus can no longer move twice a turn, and boom, that is a start to answer that type of question. But he's really good for any range unit like that. So I really like Jailbreak. Definitely give him a try if you haven't. My last one here is the Toria Arsenal. Absolutely love this unit. The 2 little robots are amazing on this model here as well. She's another 2 cost, 2 range, 5 health, so pretty weak on health, good on damage for her Cinder cost, but her ability is really, really solid. It's 2 Cinder, so it's actually pretty expensive for a 2 cost unit, but it's give a ranged unit Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire just means they attack again. Again, if you're playing Zax, it's amazing to give your captain Rapid Fire so he gets 2 attacks. If you've damage boosted with the amplifier on that, or if you use the corrosive thing so they take additional damage per hit, then again you can get an extra hit with your unit, and that's an incredible way to get extra damage out. Obviously with this list, these are mostly melee units, so she doesn't do a whole lot. Maximus already has rapid fire, and these are melee units here. But with any other range units, especially Broken Vengeance is one that I've used a ton with this. He naturally has a 3 range damage, so giving him rapid fire lets you do 6 damage. Furia is another one, wherever she is. Furia has 2, but if it didn't attack last turn, it can get +3 attacks, so it'll have 5 for the next attack only, so it'll do 5 damage there, rapid fire for another 2, so that would be a 7 damage attack. So there's just a lot of crazy combos with that extra Deadeye. But again, just using it on your captain, giving an extra attack with that is huge. I think units that have abilities like this that you can spend for are really, really good, even though I only put this one on here. I just think that gives you a little extra opportunity to use your Cinder when you have a little bit left over and push out a lot more value. So these are my 5 favorite. I can go on and on. I love a ton of these units. I mean, I've played with a lot of the units so far. If you have any recommendations for me of units that you think I should check out, units that you want me to try to make a video on or build a list around, just drop them in the comment section. I'd be glad to, make some more videos on particular units that you guys want to see. So thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time for some more Moonbreaker.